In a desolate, isolated mountain town, a group of strangers find themselves trapped in an old, decrepit mansion during a relentless snowstorm. This town, perched in the cradle of nature's lap, surrounded by an endless expanse of towering pines, was only rarely visited. The biting chill of winter was usually enough to drive away any outsiders, making this sudden influx of strangers an anomaly. The mansion, where these unacquainted individuals now took shelter, was an imposing structure. Standing tall amidst the blinding snow, it was a relic of forgotten times. Its once grand facade, now marred with years of neglect, bore testament to its age. Despite its decay, there was an eerie majesty to it that commanded respect from its visitors. Whispering Pines, as it was known, had been the home of a wealthy family of traders. They were influential, powerful, and liked to isolate themselves from the prying eyes of society. So they built a mansion in the most inaccessible part of the town, amidst a dense forest. However, their secretive lifestyle and the secluded location of the mansion gave rise to speculations and rumors. The locals, superstitious and given to stories, whispered about ghostly apparitions seen in the thick mist that often shrouded the mansion. They spoke of eerie sounds that echoed in the dead of night, of lights flickering in the empty rooms, of shadows that danced on the mansion walls. The mansion, they said, was haunted by the spirits of the traders who once lived there. Over the years, these stories multiplied, and the mansion soon earned its reputation as a place best avoided. It became the subject of many a late-night fireside story, each more spine-chilling than the last. Yet, on this fateful night, the group of strangers, driven by a ferocious snowstorm, found themselves trapped within its cold, imposing walls. The mansion, known as Whispering Pines, has a dark history that locals only dare to speak of in hushed tones. As the storm rages outside, the group begins to experience a series of disturbing events. With each passing moment, the atmosphere inside grows increasingly tense and chilling, much like the howling winds and pelting rain that batter the exterior of the old building. The once inviting refuge from the storm has now turned into an eerie, spine-chilling mausoleum of fear and apprehension. Their hearts pound in their chests like a heavy drum, amplified by the silence between the roars of the thunder outside. The flickering light from the lanterns casts long, ominous shadows on the walls, and with each flicker the fear grows, gnawing at their courage. Unseen forces seem to be at play, more menacing than the storm itself, and their unease turns into dread. Suddenly, unexplained whispers echo through the halls. Are not just any whispers, but eerie, ethereal murmurs that carry with them an undercurrent of menace. They seem to rise from the very bones of the building, seeping through the cracks in the wooden walls and the gaps in the floorboards. The whispers are undulating waves of sound that ebb and flow with an uncanny rhythm, rising above the storm's cacophony. Each whisper carries a different story, a different secret of the town that time had buried deep within its heart. The whispers speak of treachery, of love lost, of broken promises, of haunting guilt, and of sins committed in the name of power and greed. The group listens, their hearts pounding even harder now, as the echoes of the past continue to ripple through the present. The whispers take a more sinister turn, turning their focus to the individuals in the group. They seem to know the darkest fears, and of each person, going deeper than anyone dared to explore. Long-forgotten memories awaken, like monsters from a deep slumber, tearing open emotional wounds that had just started to heal. The whispers play with their minds, making them question their reality. Each person reacts differently, but all are united by the fear and the sense of vulnerability that envelops them. The storm continues to rage, oblivious to the turmoil within. The whispers become their haunting lullabies, luring them deeper into the abyss of their own fears. Every whispered word, every unearthed secret heightens the atmosphere of terror. It is as though the storm outside and the whispers within are in a macabre dance, each feeding off the other's energy. The group is trapped, not just inside the building, but within their own minds as well. Their darkest fears coming to life. The whispers seem to know the darkest fears and regrets of each individual, tearing open emotional wounds. As the night progresses, the group realizes that the mansion is not as empty as it seems. They had assumed that the old abandoned mansion would be lifeless, But the reality was far from it. The mansion stood tall and eerie amidst the darkness, reflecting its once glorious past. Under the dim moonlight, the mansion's ancient architecture was a sight to behold, yet an uncomfortable eeriness enshrouded the space. The silence of the mansion was occasionally interrupted by whispers echoing through the long, empty hallways. Every creak of the floorboards, every gust of wind, every rustle of leaves seemed to tell a story of its own. The group felt a sense of unease, as if they were intruding into a space been untouched for centuries, a space that was still inhabited by otherworldly beings. As they explored further, they noticed a strange phenomenon. Shadows began to move on their own, dancing on the walls like puppet silhouettes. At first, they dismissed it as a trick of light, perhaps a reflection of the moon's shimmer, but soon they understood that these were not ordinary shadows. They were spectral forms, remnants of a bygone era, etched in the darkness. Then, ghostly apparitions began to appear, hovering in the air like remnants of the past. They were not just spectral anomalies, but seemed to be trapped in a loop, endlessly replaying tragic events from the town's past. Each apparition was a different tale, a different tragedy, a different chapter from the town's history, a history that was filled with sorrow. Apparitions were not harmless observers, but took a more active role. Each member of the group was confronted by their deepest fears and regrets, manifested in horrifying ways. The mansion became a mirror to their souls, reflecting their darkest secrets and unspoken fears. The ghostly figures took the shape of these fears, tormenting the group with their personal nightmares. The mansion, they realized, was a living entity, a time capsule preserving the town's tragic past. It was a theater of the macabre, replaying the town's ill-fated history, bringing to life the fears of the living. The mansion was not empty, but filled with spectral remnants of the past, echoes of sorrow, and an unending cycle of regret. Each member of the group is confronted by their deepest fears and regrets, manifested in horrifying ways. The mansion becomes a nightmarish labyrinth, a bewildering maze of mystery and horror. The structure of the house contorts and shifts in ways that defy the laws of physics, challenging the very fabric of reality. Each room, door, and hallway begins to alter, transforming into grotesque scenes from the town's long and troubled history. It's as if time itself is bending and warping to reveal the town's hidden past, each new room a chapter from a story long since buried. The once grand and elegant halls take on the appearance of a dilapidated jailhouse, soaked in the eerie cries of prisoners who were long ago forgotten to the annals of time. Opulent dining rooms morph into squalid hovels, the echoes of famine and desperation clinging to the ancient wallpaper. Bright and cheerful bedrooms, the gloomy chambers of an asylum, their walls bearing the scratches of the tormented souls who once resided there. As they traverse the ever-changing labyrinth, the group finds themselves pursued relentlessly. They are hunted, not by creatures of flesh and bone, but by vengeful spirits. These spectral entities, filled with an eternal thirst for justice, haunt the mansion, their ghostly faces twisted in rage and sorrow. They are the remnants of those wronged by the ancestors of the group, their spirits unable to rest until justice has been served. Each step the group takes, each new room they enter, seems to only further enrage these spectral pursuers. They are of the town's dark past, an eerie amalgamation of the sins committed by the ancestors of those now trapped within the mansion's walls. They seek retribution, their ghostly cries echoing through the mansion's halls, a chilling reminder of the price of past misdeeds. In this haunting labyrinth, the lines between reality and nightmare blur. The characters begin to question their own sanity, their minds battered by the relentless onslaught of supernatural occurrences. They are thrown into a constant state of unease and paranoia, their senses on high alert as they try to discern reality from illusion. Is the mansion truly transforming, or is it all a manifestation of their own fear and guilt? They struggle not just with the physical challenge of navigating the labyrinth, but also with the psychological torment inflicted by their spectral pursuers. Their hearts pound in their chests, their breaths come in ragged gasps as they struggle to survive the malevolent forces within. As the group tries to unravel the mystery behind the mansion and escape the supernatural onslaught, a series of puzzling events begin to unfold. This mansion, old and derelict, stands like a silent sentinel on the hilltop, its darkened windows adding to the aura of mystery that surrounds this architectural marvel. The mansion, with its towering spires and twisted corridors, is as frightening as the secrets it holds. Their journey within the mansion quickly turns into a nightmare as they are assailed by an invisible force. This force, a palpable presence, begins to feed off their emotions. The whispering walls of the mansion seem to resonate with an ancient evil, as if the building itself were alive. The mansion's history, bathed in tales of horror, suddenly becomes their reality. As they delve deeper into the mansion, they begin to witness strange phenomena. Objects levitating, doors slamming shut on their own, spectral figures appearing in mirrors. These incidents, frightening and inexplicable, become increasingly frequent. Adding to their mounting, the mansion, silent and foreboding, seems to be manipulating their minds, making them relive their deepest fears and darkest memories. Soon they stumble upon a shocking realization. The mansion feeds on the guilt and remorse of its inhabitants. This chilling truth strikes them with the force of a thunderbolt, turning their blood to ice. It grows stronger, more powerful with each revelation. Each confession of guilt, each admission of past wrongs gives it more strength. The mansion, insatiable, off their guilt, their remorse, their regret, each emotion making it more powerful, more terrifying. They realize that the mansion is like a mirror, reflecting their own guilt and remorse, making them face their darkest demons. This realization is as terrifying as the supernatural onslaught they are experiencing. The mansion, like a ruthless judge, forces them to confront their sins. They realize that their past actions, their past mistakes have caught up with them, forcing them to face the consequences. The group, terrified and desperate, understands that the only way to break free from this horrifying ordeal is to confront and accept their own sins. They must muster the courage to face their past mistakes, to accept their guilt and remorse, and to seek forgiveness. However, doing so is not easy. It comes at a harrowing cost. The task of confronting sins is daunting, the cost of doing so terrifying. They understand that in order to escape from the mansion, they have to face the truth about themselves, the truth they have been running from all along. The only way to break free is to confront and accept their own sins, but doing so comes at a harrowing cost. In a twisted climax, the survivors must make a choice: confront their darkest truths or succumb to the relentless horror within Whispering Pines. As they stand, their hearts pound in their chests like a drum, each beat echoing the seconds ticking by, as they are faced with a decision that could determine their ultimate fate. The mansion Whispering Pines has a notorious history of mystery and horror. Its malignant aura is palpable, reeking with the stench of the past. The crumbling stone walls, the floors that creak under the weight of unseen spirits, the windows that seem to stare back with a life of their own, each adds to the unfolding narrative of terror. The survivors have no choice but to delve into the abyss. They are forced to confront not just the haunted mansion, but also the horrifying secrets within themselves. Each room they step into forces them to relive a chapter from the town's tragic history, like a somber play of their worst fears come to life. The blood-stained walls, the eerie whispers in the darkness, and the ghostly apparitions are but of the town's sorrowful past and their own personal nightmares. The mansion, it seems, has a cruel way of playing with their minds. It promises freedom to those who can endure its torment. However, it's not without a cost. Each survivor who withstands the test is expected to shoulder the town's sins. They are caught in a vicious cycle, a never-ending loop of horror and redemption. Their own darkest truths are mirrored by the mansion's malevolence, creating a warped reality where the lines between the living and the dead, the innocent and the guilty, are blurred. The survivors are left grappling with their deepest fears and darkest demons. The mansion's chilling whispers seem to be inescapable, echoing their deepest, darkest secrets and reminding them of the monstrous deeds that have been committed within its walls. Their senses are heightened, their hearts are heavy with the weight of the looming dread, dread that makes them question their sanity, dread that makes them question their humanity. They are pushed to the brink of despair, their will constantly tested by the mansion's relentless malevolence. In the end, the survivors are left with a haunting realization. They are not merely visitors in this house of horrors, but participants in its tragic history. And now they are forced to confront the chilling reality of their predicament. The mansion's malevolent force forces them to relive the town's tragic history, with the promise that those who survive will carry the burden of the town's sins forever, becoming the new keepers of Whispering Pines. Did you survive the chilling tale of Whispering Pines? If you were able to brave it through, then our narrative is yet to reach its climax. The fortunate survivors of the eerie Whispering Pines bear not only the weight of its rich, terrifying history, but also the key to its potential salvation. From the ashes of its dark past, there lies the opportunity to morph it into a sanctuary, a luminous beacon of hope, piercing through the veil of darkness that shrouds the world. The choice rests in their hands, and yours as well. If this ghostly journey has sent shivers down your spine and you found enjoyment in the terror, don't hesitate to hit the like button. Your single click serves a dual purpose. It not only expresses your support for our endeavor to delve into the supernatural, but also plays a crucial role in leading other thrill seekers to uncover the enigmatic mysteries tucked away within the confines of Whispering Pines. Are you courageous enough to voice your opinions? We encourage you to leave us a comment. We are eager to delve into your thoughts and learn what course of action you would take if you found yourself ensnared within the foreboding walls of Whispering Pines, and most importantly, subscribe. Our journey through the spine-chilling world of the supernatural is far from reaching its finale. We have an array of blood-curdling tales tucked our sleeves to share, and it would be a shame for you to miss out on them. So, will you accompany us on this thrilling adventure? Will you be our fellow traveler as we navigate through the uncharted territories of the unknown? The power to decide, as always, falls upon you. In our quest to uncover the secrets of the supernatural, we promise to provide you with an immersive experience filled with tales that will make your heart race and mysteries that will keep you on the edge of your seat. Every story we share is a path deeper into the unknown, a step further into the world that exists parallel to ours, unseen, unheard, yet ever present. With every tale, we hope to explore the boundaries of human understanding, to question the limits of possibility, and to dive headfirst into the swirling vortex of the supernatural that exists beneath the veneer, our reality. Every like, comment, and subscription is a testament to our shared passion for the macabre, the undying human fascination with the world beyond our understanding. So, dear listeners, we invite you to join us, to become a part of our community, to contribute to our exploration with your thoughts and theories, to immerse yourself in the thrilling enigma that is the supernatural. Stay tuned, brave souls, for more thrilling tales from the other side.